Fortnite is full of little stuff you walk by all the time, from secrets on skins to references to your favorite movies. These are 30 more insane details, starting with a brand new secret that almost no one has found. Zeus's second style adds a small heart locket to his belt that is completely closed. But thanks to replay mode, you can look inside and see a picture of Aphrodite, his daughter. It's mind-blowing that Epic designed an item that never opens. We weren't supposed to find this, and it even uses her unreleased survey style too. But there is a crazier secret hiding in plain sight. Right in front of Mount Olympus is a giant statue of a foot. Sure, a lot of players spotted it on day one and even noticed that it has 6 toes. And yes, this mystery has officially been solved. If it looks familiar, it's actually a reference to the statue from Lost, which is a broken foot on the same slab of concrete. If you're still not convinced, just count the toes. In the series, they only had 4 for some reason, and now in Fortnite, they gave the opposite foot 6 toes, making 10 total. Someone at Epic must be a huge fan of the show to add a secret this deep. And for any fans of Midas playing the floor is lava, there's a hidden feature that you need to try. If you somehow didn't know, touching the lava will turn whatever weapon you're holding gold, which makes sense. But for the first time ever, the Midas touch also works on pickaxes and building blueprints, so be sure to try out your favorite pickaxes with a brand new golden style. Not the only unique item in the game either, because LEGO Fortnite has some secrets of its own. Thanks to a recent update, you can now use chairs and sofas as working seats, but this also includes toilets. You can interact and sit down on them, and if you wait long enough, your character will start reading a newspaper and even flush. If you're not building houses in LEGO, maybe you're out camping on the BR map. We've all seen the trailer in the underworld with Sky's beanbags and Meows's cat food. It seemed like a simple reference to Midas's gang and nothing more, but it turns out this was also an Easter egg to one of the biggest shows of all time, Breaking Bad. Not only is it the same color as the famous RV, but there's even 2 lawn chairs outside along with a slurp barrel. How do we not notice this? Not the only secret that was right in front of us. A lot of players don't know about the small detail on this iconic outfit. Cerberus is instantly unlocked at tier 1, and we all know he's the Hound of the Underworld with 3 heads. But in Fortnite, he has a 4th one? Yeah, his tail is actually a demon snake. And if you're spending all your gold on mods, you probably haven't noticed the entire currency has changed. Bars have always had the IO logo printed on them for 3 years, until now. They've officially changed, now showing the V-Bucks logo, with each one weighing 1,000 grams. It's just a shame you can't redeem them in the shop. Not the only detail surrounding gold this season, any fans of Midas get a special instrument when playing Fortnite Festival. Turns out that his golden touch works on any instrument you own, so whether using the bass, guitar, or even vocals, it will all match his skin when you have him equipped. And it turns out that he's not the only one with a famous scarred eye. Zeus also has one. When you look at his skin normally, he's completely fine in every style, but load into LEGO Fortnite and you'll spot a scar that you could only see in the mode. This has left a lot of players wondering if it's an upcoming injury or maybe the design was just scrapped last minute. And a big thank you to Marvel Rivals for sponsoring this video. The trailer has finally dropped and soon we'll be able to play as our favorite heroes or villains in a team-based PvP shooter. Every character has their own unique abilities and I can already tell Iron Man's Unibeam will be insane. Yeah, I just obliterated that statue because creative destruction environments are a big deal. It makes the battlefield an ever-changing puzzle, but be careful, the abilities also shake things up. Check out characters like Loki. He can copycat other heroes' abilities, Black Panther can summon Bast, and so much more. There's a hero for every playstyle, every strategy, and most importantly, every Marvel Dream Team you have ever imagined. One I can't wait to try out is Spider-Man, and it's now confirmed his web abilities will get his enemies stuck while the rest of his team can wipe the floor with them. My favorite part of this trailer is the Hulk smash ability. Just be careful if you're Loki. Another ability I'm really interested in trying is Rockets. Here you can see him tag teaming with Groot, which makes me really hope we could play a full team of Guardians because they're some of my favorite Marvel heroes. Luna Snow also seems to play a type of support character which will let you inject ice energy into your teammates. I'm not sure if it heals them or buffs them up, but there's so many powers to discover. This game looks absolutely incredible, so make sure to click the top link in the description or pin comment to join the closed alpha test. I will 100% be playing. Thank you again to Marvel Rivals for partnering with us, but now back to the video. A lot of players missed the secret change that happened to Midas's glasses. We all saw the statue in Chapter 2 which had them, even though they weren't on the skin. Thanks to Donald Mustard, he confirmed the glasses were scrapped at the last minute simply because they didn't fit the character. Fast forward years later, and it looks like Epic is honoring the mistake by bringing back the statue in its former glory. Not the only reference to Chapter 2, in LEGO you need to equip a special item just to see a secret animation. The wave break charms increase your swimming speed, which is useful for crossing lakes without drowning, but if you take it to the max, it'll change. Usually your character will just do the standard front crawl, but equip 3 charms and you'll start doing the dolphin dive like in BR. Speaking of BR, after the huge Midas event, he has finally returned with a brand new skin. Turns out there's more secrets hiding, because if you talk to Marigold while wearing the skin, she'll complain that you named the boat after her. All this time, we knew the name was a reference to her, but she never even liked it. And there's also more evidence for their relationship. We know that Jules is Midas's daughter, but for a long time, people have theorized that Marigold is the mother, and this event has given us even more evidence. She was the one looking for Midas, called the gang together, and even refers to him as father when talking to Jules, as if she's their kid. Midas's family isn't the only one on the island with some history though. Meowscles is famously the father of Kid, but with March's crew pack, we have now got Cat. She's basically Kit from an alternate reality, but Epic cleverly named her to make Kit Kat when they're put together, an adorable little reference. An even more adorable character is Guff. He's slowly becoming another Fortnite mascot, but that means no one has paid attention to his back bling. Guffy Stuffy is usually extremely happy, but get hurt and he'll slowly get sad, even becoming angry. But luckily, you can cheer him back up with some meds. Fortnite's pretty well known for the detail they put into their collabs, and that's especially true for Star Wars. When the crossover dropped in Chapter 2, the emotes originally showed holograms of Rey's staff and a riot baton. It's kinda disappointing. But after a couple years, Epic secretly updated them. If you now have the same pickaxe equipped when doing the emotes, the real models will actually show up. Another franchise with crazy detail is Marvel, and now that the Guardians are in the game, there's plenty of references to find. One of the absolute coolest can be found wearing Drax and Lego. This will literally turn his skull tattoos into little brick heads. We already have the Guardian's own Rocket Raccoon as a pet from Chapter 2, but if you went full size with the Rufus skin, there's a great secret on the shirt. It's a panda face on a garbage bag spelling out Trash Panda, a common nickname for these guys. If you're a true fan of The Legend of Korra and felt her loading screens look familiar, you're not wrong. Turns out the art for both of them was done by Irene Ko, the same comic artist who drew the Korra Turf Wars comic. Epic got the perfect person to make these. And while most skins in the Battle Pass are still legendary, it has been over 2.5 years since the last time an original one was in the item shop. Sure, we've got Goku and All Might, but the last one by Fortnite themselves was Galaxy Grappler in Chapter 2, Season 7. And well, that streak is finally broken with Ascendant Midas appearing this season. If you're after a mythic from the gods instead, it turns out there was a hidden trick to get them to help you. If you ever got down to one of the POIs, you can still activate the boss battle while knocked, and the best part, they will completely ignore you and only go after the enemy you are fighting. Hardly any players got to try it before Epic patched it, but this was an insane clutch that wasn't even intentional. You will need some good weapons to take them on, maybe even one from Shimmer Dusk. She was the hunter who took out Kato Thorn, but her blade actually has a tiny detail. As you equip the pickaxe, both the front and back blades will extend further out of the handle, a neat little addition to realism. As you complete Season 2's pass, you'll unlock additional immortal styles for each skin, including Poseidon. Seems like a pretty standard recolor, but this form is actually a callback to Ripley's overtime style in Chapter 2 over 4 years ago. He also has clams around his belt, which seems fitting at first, but take a closer look and you'll realize they're all grenades. Even the poor conch at his back has a pin ready to blow. Someone who is already dead though is Oro. The Cursed Skeleton was released all the way back in Chapter 2, and now 4 years later he gets another skin on his birthday. This time he's Charon, Ferryman of the Underworld, and honestly the design fits perfectly. And if you're running around waiting to mod your weapons at a bunker, there are certain ones to avoid. You might already know that not all bunkers open every match. Some of them stay locked, but there is a way to know which ones will open early. Locked ones will have chains around them and will never open in the match, so if you're waiting for the bunkers, you gotta find another one. One chain that did break was Pandora's Box. We all worked together as a community to open it before Season 2, unleashing the myths of Greek mythology, but there are some insane stats behind this. The chains had over 5 trillion health, more than we have ever seen, and it took a total of 156 billion bullets to break them. It also turns out one of the gods we unleashed was apparently Peely. Potassius Peels obviously fits in with the season's theme, but if you take a look at the mural of soldiers on the Pantheon roof, he fits in a little too well. Some people even think it's Epic's way of recreating this iconic meme. There's also a brand new wishing emote added where you can blow out a dandelion to make a wish, except it goes horribly wrong. We've all tried this in real life, only to accidentally breathe it in and just start choking. Not only did Fortnite recreate this perfectly, the LEGO version is even funnier, with actual stud pieces being coughed up. Now sure, the Airforia collabs have some crazy looking outfits to promote Nike, and if you look closely, they are of course wearing them. And these aren't just your regular Nikes either. Volume 1 skins have the Air Max 186, while Part 2 are wearing the new Air Max DNs. One of Fortnite's best details right now has to do with Zeus's lightning. Whenever you or an enemy gets hit, they'll light up blue like a cartoon with their skeleton getting electrified. That is 30 more hidden details in Fortnite Season 2. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.